Namaste and welcome to Auroville Calling.
In this series, we will introduce you
to the essence and spirit of Auroville, the teachings of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, current developments, and Auroville's sustainable approach to a conscious living.
All possibilities of volunteering, internships, and collaborations with Auroville, and also attempt to answer some of your questions in each session. Here is a glimpse of one of our units at Auroville.
Welcome to Egai, a place where giving takes on a whole new meaning, inspired by the coconut tree.
The unit name is Egai. We started in 2019. It's a small-scale activity.
It aims to create craft work using eco-friendly materials like coconut shell, bamboo, palm, and jute. Egai contributes to environmental awareness and waste management. And they also conduct workshops on how to make incense sticks.
And also we're giving the workshop for the school children and all the guests they come in here.
Egai is not just about creating beautiful crafts, it's about creating opportunities for youth and village women. Thank you for joining us on the journey of creativity, sustainability and community empowerment at Egai.
Namaste and welcome to Auroville Calling Episode 2. Today we have with us Mr. Vivek Sinha from Sri Aurobindo Yoga Foundation of North America. We are waiting for Dr. Sitaraman sir. He is the officer on special duty in Auroville Foundation. Mr. Koshi, a senior consultant for all queries regarding visas and protocol from Auroville Foundation. Ms. Margarita from FAMC, that is Funds and Asset Management Committee. Mr. William, member of ATR from Auroville, and Ms. Uma Maheshwari from Auroville. Before we begin and we bring in Mr. Vivek Sinha to share with us about his center, I would like to request Uma ji to read a few lines or share something from Mother's writing with all of us. Unmute. You need to unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you, Malika. Good evening to all. I like to read now guidance from the Mother. Those who wish to help the light of truth to prevail over the forces of darkness and falsehood can do so by carefully observing the initiating impulses of their movements and actions and discriminating between those that comes from the truth and those that come from the falsehood, in order to obey the first and to refuse or reject the others. This power of discrimination is one of the first effects of the advent of truth's light in the earth's atmosphere. Indeed, it is very difficult to discriminate the impulse of truth from the impulse of falsehood, unless one has received the special gift of discrimination that light of truth has brought. However, to help at the beginning, one can take as a guiding rule that all that brings with it or creates peace, faith, joy, harmony, wideness, unity, and ascending growth comes from the truth, while all that carries with it restlessness, doubt, skepticism, sorrow, discord, selfish, narrowness, inertia, discouragement, and despair come straight from the falsehood, the Mother.
Thank you so much, Umaji. I would now like to request Mr. Vivek Sinha to share with us about his center in North America, about all the activities that you undertake, and what's your vision? Why do you do what you do with the center? Over to you, Vivek ji.
Thank you, Malika ji, and everyone there. Good morning from here. It is so nice to meet our extended family. Auroville. We have been working with Mother and Shrivindo since last 25 plus years. But as an organization, a registered organization, call it, this is our 25th year. We are celebrating 25th year of our foundation in New Jersey. We have very vibrant center. People very regularly come here. We celebrate all Darshan days, Mother's birthday, Shri Aurovindo's birthday, Mother's arrival day, Mahasamadhi day, New Year's day. And we are fortunate to have some distinguished scholars come here and give lectures. We do some retreats also in the summer for 1 day, 2 day, depending upon how the timing works with everyone. The reason we are running this foundation because we simply love Mother and Shri Aurobindo and their teaching, and we want to disseminate their teaching as much as we can into the society, bring people into the fold of Mother and Shri Aurobindo, if I may use the term. I know that's not what we do. We don't, bring people just come if they are curious, and there are a lot of curious people. And one of the peculiar thing of our foundation, you can say, the topics what we cover is very wide, because as you know, Shri Aurobindo has written almost on everything, anything under the sun. So we have a liberty to pick up the topic. It does not necessarily has to be yoga. We had topics like Nietzsche and Shri Aurobindo, Shakespeare and Shri Aurobindo. So we are very educational in a way. At the same time, obviously, the integral yoga, the upliftment of a progress of an individual and collective sadhana. So the main reason of the center is, as Mother has said, that individually we all are progressing and working together, but collectively how we can work together. So the center is simply an effort to bring people together collectively and immerse into the consciousness. I know it's a big word. I tried, when I use the term, I'm aware that word, how powerful that word is. So we all try to get into that consciousness slowly, and that's how we are working. I cannot hear you. Can you?
Okay, thank you so much for the beautiful introduction. We would also like to know from you if you do anything specifically with colleges or educational institutions.
We don't necessarily do anything with the colleges. However, the people who come to the center, they are students also. They are young graduates. They are young professionals. People who visit Auroville on the web because they become very curious. They want to spend few days or some time. Intern is something we have not worked in that area, but that's always an open forum where I know it's such an opportune place, Auroville. If people can get to work there in one summer, that will be something we can look for to engage people. Right now, we are not engaging people because we never had this conversation, to be honest.
Right.
But that thought has always been there. Okay, how we can facilitate if someone wants to go to Auroville or someone wants to spend, I don't know, week to week, or if there's an intern program, then it's a much longer, 8 to 10 weeks. So we always had that thought. So I'm happy that you are connecting today. And if there is any possibility to collaborate, I think we would love to be part of it.
Thank you so much. So you're open to the possibility, and we are very keen to have especially youngsters to get to know Mother Shri Aurobindo and why and what is Auroville. Also, we are preparing a letter that can go out to the foundation through your institute to these educational institutions. And if you are happy to facilitate that, to bring a group of students, even if it is not internship and they just want to come as guests or to come for a retreat to know about Auroville, that is one possibility. Second is if they want to have these credits for internship, or that is also absolutely possible because Auroville is administered under the Ministry of Education. And we are very happy to help you in connecting with these centers, whether formally to have a letter from our side and to host people over here, students specifically. It's not just for students, but we are focusing more on getting youngsters. And I would now like to request Koshi sir. He can tell you a little bit more about the Auroville International Center that has been approved by the governing board and how we can go forward.
Namaste, I'm Koshi. Hope I'm audible to you. Hello.
Yes, he's on mute. You're audible.
As Molika has said.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, as Molika ji has said, we have got immense scope for great amount of development in Auroville. And the governing board especially has taken a lot of pains and want to improve the present setup. In this connection, I would like to make a point that is regarding the visas, especially people who are interested to come to Auroville have to be on specific type of visas. And about this institution, the government of India has got a kind of an image that has to go to the public, especially to the foreigners, where nowhere in the country the visa arrangement is such that a foreigner who wants to be a permanent resident, he gets a visa continuously for every 5 years. This arrangement is nowhere available in the world. Government of India, considering and knowing the value of this institution, has given a policy, especially for this foreign residents. And we, as a government representative, as a person from the government, service earlier, now on consultant services for the visa matters, I am sure that foreigners are interested to come to us. And visa is, I want to make sure that and emphasize the point that visa will not be an impediment for any foreigner visiting. And if you've got any kind of a request, queries on visa matters, I'm ready to.
Thank you. I think this is a great point because conceptualizing a program is definitely the first step, but then the details of the how to execute this and in this reference, what we are discussing here, I think this visa is a very important point. A lot of people here from Indian origin have OCI and they visit regularly. But if they need visa and if you have a window or call it office where we can directly connect and facilitate, that definitely will be a make it easier for people to make the plans. And if we are getting a group of students, then obviously that will play more into that sense.
Much, sir. And we have with us Margarita from FAMC. We had requested her to come and join us for Auroville Calling second episode and to share with us developments and updates, current developments and updates from FAMC. So over to you, Margarita.
Thank you. We'd like to introduce the Funds and Assets Management of Auroville. It's called the FMC. This body has been established under the Section 16.1 of the Auroville Foundation Act in 1988. It is the only committee under the governing board. We have been focusing since this governing board in the 57 meeting, where the proper management of the funds and assets of the Auroville has been prioritized by the CAG. We call the Controller and the Auditor General of India, based in priorities that has to do consolidation in the financial aspect of the trust. We had 37 trusts. In the units, we had 700 plus units. We call furtherance units or service units. Also, in the consolidation and streamline of the operations under the GST regulation, GST in India related to taxes, and ensure that we are comply extremely well, how we do the funds flows, and optimize the utilization and maintenance of the assets. That means housing, building, farms, and greenbelt areas, all realizing the objectives of the Charter of Auroville. In the past 2 years and the present and what's coming in the next years, there are 14 points. That is the 57. The first one is the preparation of the annual Auroville budget that we have done already for 25-26. The preparation of the medium and long-term economy plans include financial plans and income-generating units of Auroville. This is all under the structure. Making capital available for the growth of existing income-generated units and startups capital. We are working hard in the area of the new income generating and with the new way of the volunteers and newcomers and pre-newcomers establish the startups. We had also innovation and incubation center for the youth to be actively engaged. Especially we had the MOUs with IIT Madras, one of them. Strengthening and supporting the knowledge economy that now with the software development, artificial intelligence is priority. We had also the use of the lands of Auroville for income generating through joint ventures. Before was not seen easily, but today we had catch very good joint venture or venture in which Auroville has one passive stake. Elimination of internal money exchange is priority and monetization of services for Auroville residents. We are ensuring basic needs for all the residents and let the residents contribute to realization of the Auroville. Basically, this is one of the largest dreams of Mother that is called prosperity. The economy prosperity and the prosperity for all. Under that prosperity, we have to enhance the Auroville food production to meet the needs of Auroville. We have to simplify this governance of Auroville. It's very complex. It's too much. We have to be just simple structure in trust and unities. And of course, we have to integrate common accounting system to be more effective and transparent in financial management. Finally, we have to reduce our construction costs. We are engaged to build more houses. We have 5 projects to build around 10,000 new people joining Auroville. And finally, the vision of Mother means Mother envisions Auroville one self-supporting township, and all Auroville residents are expected to contribute to achieve this goal and work for the collective welfare of Auroville. This is what we are trying to do.
I think there's so much information you just gave, so thank you. And that opens a lot of questions.
Please go ahead.
It's not necessarily related to exactly what you're saying, but what is expected financially from intern when they are coming to Auroville? Is there financial assistance for the interns, for students, obviously? And what kind of program do we have? I know, personally, I understand Auroville, right, to an extent, obviously. But if we are opening up as an intern program or as a place to go and feel Auroville, have we created some kind of program outline that, okay, when someone comes, if they come for 8 weeks, these are the different activities they can be part of. These are the guest houses where they will be staying. What is expected from them? Simple do's and don'ts. obviously when you come to Auroville, you come with a different mindset, right? And but not necessarily everyone who is coming, he is aware of Mother and Sri Aurobindo or the existence of Auroville or the reason why Auroville was created. So people, when you open this gate for a general public, call it, uh, we have to have everything framed, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sure you already have things available, and if you can send me a copy or website or where it is available, that will help to move forward in this program.
Yeah, sure. We have something that is called the Auroville Orientation Program that is formulated by the Human Resource Services, and it's mandatory for registered guests or volunteers that are joining Auroville to attend. That is the first contact to they understand why we are here, what we do, why we do, who is Mother, what is Karma Yoga, what is human unity, what are the challenges in human unity, why we have the city that the earth needs. These are the answers that we collect from the volunteers, because Come to Auroville is not just tourist season, it's work season, and has to be 35 hours a week, work season, all in the Karma Yoga, the yoga, the work. Very happy.
Totally.
So Vivekji, we have answers to some of them, and some of them we are actually going to work out, because so far it was happening, but it was not happening very formally. So now we want to actually formalize it. And so thank you for your suggestions. We will prepare a document considering all the points and all the questions you've asked, so that it becomes easier for participants to come to Auroville, whether as volunteers, whether for their credits in specific subjects. And any other questions that you have, please ask. We also have Mr. William. And William ji, if you have any questions or suggestions, please
Yeah,
share.
definitely. Namaste, Vivekji. I'm part of the admissions team. So where we assist people in volunteering or who wants to join as newcomer and so on. So definitely, if somebody from a foreign country wants to come to Auroville, they can reach out to us. We will share the related documents, and we make sure they are comfortable after landing here, staying or getting to work properly, and so on. So at least we have planned to have some probationary period for people who consider joining Auroville. So within that period, they can decide how far they can do it, and definitely join also. Once people come here and volunteer here, definitely they will want to join. So that time we are helping the people. So we started our work inviting people from outside.
So we will share the email ID of admissions committee. Yes, for a soft landing for everybody, especially youngsters and anybody who comes to Auroville for whatever, whether it's to explore Auroville, for education purpose, for internship volunteers. Yes, so that that process is not very difficult.
So there's a difference here, right? A slightly difference. And please allow me to say, I'm just trying to formulate this much better, how to organize this, right? The way it is individual basis, what I'm hearing right now, and obviously we have to work to do. It's an individual basis that they can understand, they can contact different offices, but if we are going to approach as a program, we have to have all the things. And I know you said you will work on it and bring all the items together as a presentation, call it, right? Because when you are going out, let's say if I go to high school in Marlborough and say, hey, this is Auroville, this is a beautiful place, and obviously I can provide information based on my understanding of why Mother has created Auroville and what Auroville does. But as a program, there has to be some folder, there has to be some information bundled together. And then when you go, obviously people will still have question. But before you go there, what is our preparation to go out? If we have to work together, we will work together on that. But I think that's the first step I see, to create a folder for the program. I'm sure you must have already have a lot of information, but it needs to be put together. That's what I believe.
Yes, totally understand. Just like, for example, if someone wants to come for a 7-day retreat, just to know about Auroville, so we must have a format so that they understand how they should prepare for it and whether it's internship. So I think we have taken down notes and we will do the preparation from our side to facilitate that. Any other questions from anybody? Vivek ji, if you have any questions in particular about bringing a group or about visiting Auroville, about doing some programs in collaboration, you may ask and we will be very happy to find out, explore and get back to you.
There is one more question. One more question is coming into mind. The medical help, because when people come from here, what is the better time? Because it's very hot there, right? And not everybody can take that heat. Especially when we are asking people to come for a week, 10 days, 8 weeks, whatever time we are saying, what is the better time for them to come? If they are coming on their own, obviously they can choose and we can facilitate that. But if we are asking people to come, what is the better time to come and what are medical support we have on the ground? And we are talking primary health. We are not, I mean, if there is something bigger, obviously people have to go to hospital. But that relationship and that information will also be helpful, that we do have a primary health care, we do have access to doctors, access to medical help, normal medical help, simple thing. And if there is a need to go to hospital, here is the nearest hospital we can go to.
Yes, we do have most of them in place, whether it's primary health care, ambulance service, and we also have tie-up with 2 hospitals which are not very far, and the facility to immediately take people when they need any help. Whether it's PIMS, JIPMER, we have very good relationship with them. So that is in place. And yes, we must put this also in the document that we prepare. Also about internships, you asked if, in what way we will make it easier for them. So like in IITs and NITs in India, most higher education institutes, they give a small stipend for 3 months in the final semester. So we are trying to get that figure from these institutes to find out if the students can sustain in that much amount, but because of course we will have to prepare ourselves also to be able to do that, to find them affordable accommodation. And also because these will be focused, because internship is not random that you go to each unit and explore.
Exactly.
So it has to be subject wise. And so we are trying to work out a model where students can come and in that stipend money or whatever that they can afford, and it's not very expensive or not very heavy on their pockets. And when people come from abroad, even in Germany, they get very good stipend. In fact, it's a lot of money when you come to India for them to. So it's not just for survival. For them, it's much easier, but not every country does that. So we will also speak to the institutions that what support they can provide for these students to come and work in Auroville, whether as volunteers or if it is a part of their credit course.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. No. Yeah.
And I will add that summer is very hot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We cannot ask that question with that answer.
I will don't suggest to come in April, May, June, July.
Yeah. August to March is a much more convenient, comfortable time.
It's the best.
Yes.
Rain, monsoon, we love it. Humid, but we love it. And then we call the winter, like you are now with sweater. 27 degrees for us is winter. That is very pleasant weather.
Yes. So that's the ideal time, August to March. March towards the end, it kind of
Hot,
gets
yes.
to, so you can also consider like the beginning first 2 weeks of March would be comfortable.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was a good conversation. If there are no more questions, then we can probably wrap up with Sri Aurobindo's Gayatri Mantra. Om Saviturvaram Rupam Jyotihi Parasya Dhimahi Yannah Satyena Deepaye Satyena Deepaye Om Tat Saviturvaram Rupam Jyotihi Parasya Dhimahi Yannah Satyena Deepaye Satyena Deepaye. Thank you so much for joining us. Namaste. Namaste to everyone.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you.